To keep things straightforward, we're going to set the baseline and go over how much damage everything does to make sure we are clear from here on. I also use the term bars to measure health. I'm aware there is number values to everything, I just find it easier to visually measure. Bricks, blind, stun, and the jammer rig all do exactly 1 bar of damage. Bottles and the heal rig do about half a bar of damage. The fairly rare but infinite hearts do about 1/5 of a bar. Yes, these do damage, and they also break cameras and disarm traps of all kinds. Now on top of damage, we also have to understand stagger in the different kinds. Stagger refers to the reaction that an imposter has when being hit. There's a few different kinds, and they are as follows. A large dive with a long recovery, typically seen in a reaction to stun and blind rigs. A stumble backwards, which is typically what you see from a brick. And a pretty pathetic stumble, like a really strong gust of wind came through, which is typically seen coming from a bottle. These can be simplified as stagger level 3 through 1, which will make more sense soon. Stagger animations also give imposters the status of disabled, meaning that anything thrown at them is completely nullified, therefore dealing no damage nor any stagger. So what actually happens when you damage an imposter? Before we continue, most numbers presented here are estimates and will likely stay that way until Red Barrels themselves gives us information on damage resistance, which they do not wish to share. Trust me, I asked very politely, and they were pretty cool about it. Now, when an imposter is hit by a projectile, they take the damage and are staggered according to what hit them. When this happens, a 3-second timer starts at the end of their stagger. This is the elusive damage protection. During this time, bricks, stun, blind all do only half a bar of damage. This also reduces all staggers by 1 level, so throwing a stun in this state will get the same stagger as a brick. This is where it gets complicated. The stagger reduction stacks. This means that every time an imposter is hit during this protection period, the stagger gets reduced more, meaning a stun will eventually get shrugged off. It's important to note that the 0 stagger still gives the imposters the disabled effect. Even though they maintain full movement and can attack, they are immune to projectiles for this very brief period, but the timing is very identical to the level 1 stagger, maybe a slight difference, so use that to your advantage. Now you'll notice when playing or through testing that stun, blind, and bricks never go lower than half a bar of damage. That's because only the stagger continues to get reduced. In fact, bottles, hearts, and heal never get their damage reduced at all, making bottles a very efficient finishing tool to use after your higher damage resources and cooldowns. Now, I have a secret to tell you. I've actually been lying to you. Sort of. This is how damage resistance would work in an ideal and very consistent world, but those of you more intimate with Invasion will know I skipped over a few things. That's because I wanted to establish the basic fundamentals of damage resistance, so we can then explore all these inconsistencies and exceptions to the established rules. Starting with the biggest outlier of them all, stun. Despite how you feel about stun and its balance, we can all agree it has its quirks. The most notable of which being its ability to bypass damage resistance, which is a really big deal, and I'm sure I don't have to explain why. For a while I mistook this as it ignoring input from bricks and bottles entirely, until I recently found out that the truth is, the only thing that reduces stun's damage is stun itself. This means that you can hit an imposter with as many bottles, bricks, blinds, and heals as you want. As long as you haven't hit them with a stun, it will always do full damage. But keep in mind, it is still affected by stagger reduction. And before today, that was where I was going to leave it. But unfortunately, this rig is seemingly cursed and has something much, much stranger. While I was gathering footage for this video, I was demonstrating the reduction in stagger on successive stuns, when I noticed something terrifying. For some completely unholy reason, on the 5th hit in a row, stun resets its damage and its stagger. We did more testing and found out that this applies to everything. No matter what they are hit with, the imposter will always take full damage and full stagger as long as the stun is the 5th attack. This even applies to hearts. I seriously don't have an explanation for this, not even a hint of an idea, so your guess is as good as mine. In the meantime, I'm just going to send this to Red Barrels because it seems far too specific to be intentional. Blind doesn't have that many quirks, mainly just one really confusing one. Blind never gets its stagger reduced. Its damage is reduced as intended, but the stagger remains the same, while also still contributing to further stagger reduction. There's not much to say here. It could be an intentional decision to make Blind feel more consistently valuable, but I feel like there's better ways to do that. Moving on. Jammer in no way is affected by any of the previously discussed mechanics. Its vomit will always do a single bar, and the vomit doesn't contribute to stagger or damage reduction, making it quite literally exempt from all rules. This includes corrupted traps, which honestly deserve a video of their own entirely. Hint, hint. Ironically, as complicated as this rig is, there's next to nothing to say about it when it comes to this topic. It simply does not care. I really hope that you found this video helpful, as this honestly took an unbelievable amount of dissection and testing down to the day this video is coming out, so I can at least save you from that process. All of my information is gathered by in-game testing in private games, verified in public quick play matches, and verified again for good measure. I really need to thank my supporters and people that I'd call my friends, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to make this project come to life. Dector really helped me get the ball rolling with reverse engineering these mechanics, and has been the main guy to help me get footage for this video. Also just an absolutely insane invasion player. Seriously, he's cracked. Ducky for helping me get extra footage last second and being there to test things in several different ways just to make sure I wasn't going crazy. I wouldn't have been able to finish this video without him. Nerb, who gave me guidance as far as writing and tone and really helped shape the way I presented the information in this video in what I feel is a very clear and understandable way. Nihility, who drew these awesome Citrus Man drawings. Seriously, I use these any chance I get. I absolutely adore them. Thank you, everyone. You guys mean the world to me.